torturous road to get to this point, and we got on Sunday. Many of you might not know that because the build has been so horrible. But that still doesn't change the fact that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm the one and only DJ Storms, and I would like to welcome each and every single one of you back here to the channel on YouTube.com. So of course, you already know who I am, Mr. Controversy, and the operator of the best damn handle. No. Wait for it. Wait for it. To mankind. And this is the official rundown for WWE Money in the Bank 2021, which of course is streaming live on Peacock this Sunday. Yes, this Sunday on Peacock at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. They have moved it back to 8, which is actually quite surprising, but I guess that's the new bullshit Peacock rules in effect. But regardless of that, a couple announcements, obviously. Today is my 4-year anniversary. 4 long, tumultuous years to some people, but 4 blessed years to other people of DJ Storms on YouTube. I would like to thank each and every single one of you who have supported me. The day one-ish people, the new people, however long you've been supporting me, you already know that I am eternally grateful for everything that you have given me and all the support you've given me. For the people that watch my streams or the people that's coming in, watching the rundowns or the rewinds, I really appreciate each and every single one of you. 4 long years, man. It goes by quick. It definitely goes by quick, but I am insanely thankful to have people as supportive as you guys, and including my guest here. He is a lifelong wrestling fan, DJ Storms Posse member, one of the most loyal people. Please help me welcome to the channel for the very first time ever, Mr. Rob Wells Jr. How you doing, brother?
Doing good, man. How's it going?
Going pretty good. I'm hanging in there. You know, life is life's life, but at the end of the day, it's good to jump on here and talk some wrestling. Well, most of the time it's good. It's good to jump on here and talk some wrestling, but we got a pay-per-view on Sunday, the first pay-per-view with live fans back in attendance since WrestleMania. You excited?
Yeah, are you?
I would be a little bit more excited if we didn't have the build being as piss poor as it was, because at this rate, I don't know whether to laugh or whether to cry. Because at this rate, the WWE product, my God, it is at the lowest point that it has ever been. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. I don't know what the fuck they have planned. I actually did hear a report that they're bringing back all these fucking part-timers like Cena and Brock and Goldberg. They're relying on those guys to drive up the depleting ratings.
Wow.
Unfucking Bill. But we got a couple of matches to dissect. And listen, I don't want to completely shit on it. I don't think it's going to be a dog shit show. It's just very hard to get invested with it when it's been so poorly built. And that's the theme for these WWE. That's what I just can't fucking stand. And I know you feel the same way. I can sense it.
Yeah.
But what are your opening thoughts? Your opening thoughts on the build, and how do you think this pay-per-view is going to go?
I always thought the bill was kind of cringe, you know, overall.
God, cringe is an understatement, man. But let me tell you something. We're going to do our best for all those people watching right now in the chat. We're going to do our best to dissect this and give you guys our best expertise analysis. And we are going to have a fun time. Have a fun time here on the DJ Storms brand as per usual. We got SmackDown coming up. And it is the go-home show, although I think a lot of people would rather go home than go out to watch Money in the Bank. But first things first, before we get into everything that we're going to talk about, Mr. Wells, where can we find you on social media?
Well, you can find me on Twitter at Mr. Rob Wells Jr. and then on Instagram at CoolKing89707.
Very, very, very nice. Those links are in the description. If you want to go check him out, please go follow him. He's great at what he does. He is very, very supportive, very, very loyal guy. And, of course, you can follow me on social media. First things first, the Twitter sticks at HistoryMakerDJS. You'll find out why I am the operator of the best damn Twitter handle known to mankind. Please make sure you follow me on Instagram at the DJ Storms. Add me on Facebook for collaborations and business inquiries. Please send me an email. My email is, of course, StormsTakeOver@gmail.com. Like the official DJ Storms business page, and I may just send you an invite to join the official DJ Storms Posse group on Facebook, that is. All the links are in the description. Tomorrow, I'm actually going to be recording an episode of the C&E podcast with Cameron Johnson, my main man, Lil Stevie. We're going to be doing a little mock draft since the draft is coming up. We got that podcast being recorded tomorrow. And on July 22nd at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, I'm going back to the Top Rope Squishy channel with Miss Top Rope Squishy to review AEW Fyter Fest night number 2. So set your calendar dates there. You do not want to miss that. Shout out to Miss Squish. She is awesome. She's very, very supportive in her own right. We are about 7 minutes into the video. If you haven't liked the video, I don't know what you're doing. I mean, I got Rob Wells Jr. here. He's taking time out of his busy schedule to come on my channel, and you're not liking it? I don't know what you're doing. Because Rob Wells Jr. and DJ Storms, they deserve a hell of a lot more than they're getting right now. We want to get to at least 30 likes, if you know what I'm talking about. 30 likes is the goal, and be sure to share it out. Share the stream out on all platforms of social media, whether it be a Twitter, an Instagram, a Facebook, a Pinterest, a Tumblr, anywhere. We want to get as many people in here as we possibly can. Of course, when you share it out, you got to tell everyone about DJ Storms and Rob Wells Jr. on YouTube. Everyone, I'm talking about your mothers, your fathers, your sons, your daughters, your brothers and your sisters, your aunts and your uncles, grandmothers and your grandfathers, your 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th cousin twice removed, dogs, your cats, and especially your guinea pigs, because I've read so many articles that when guinea pigs see a healthy dose of DJ Storms with a dash of Rob Wells Jr., that they are said to live long, happy, healthy, and fruitful lives. So if you got guinea pigs, man, tell them that we're on YouTube. Tell them that we're on YouTube. Of course, hit the subscribe button and hit the notifications bell with a huge coup de grace. That way you will know whenever I pop up on YouTube. Because whenever I pop up on YouTube, the best time to be on YouTube. It's the only time you're going to get to see this glorious sideburn shin strap combination, this beautiful mustache right here. I think you know what time it is. I think you know what time it is, Rob Wells Jr. Here we go, right here.
Here we go.
Here we go. A little and a little Everybody wants a piece of the Storms Meister. You know the drill. Anyway, enough of the self-brand promotion advertisements. I know you're looking at me like, just get to the fucking matches already, DJ. Anyway. Let's get straight into the matches. We got 6 matches to go over. Let's start off with the Viking Raiders versus AJ Styles and Omas. This is for the Raw Tag Team Championship. This match was actually moved. It was supposed to take place the night after Money in the Bank, but they moved it. My guess is they moved it because Bianca Belair and her match was taken off the show because Bayley went down with an injury, so they moved Bianca's match to SmackDown with Carmella, and instead they put the Viking Raiders and AJ Styles and Omas on the show because it's had more build. And they want to get a nice, even amount of matches on the show. Now, that's just me. That's just me. But regardless, I'm actually going to hand this over to you. And I want you to give me your expertise analysis on this. What are your thoughts on this match? What are your thoughts on the Viking Raiders, AJ and Omas? And who do you think is going to come out victorious here?
I'm hoping the Viking Raiders, but most likely they're going to have AJ and Omas win. I'll say, Omas, they have AJ Styles drop Omas and go solo again. Honestly.
I don't know what they were doing, man, because have they even, here's a question. Have they even given us a reason as to why Styles enlisted Omos' services?
Nah, they didn't give us a reason.
How long has it been? It's been since October. It's been since October, and we've got zero explanation. But that goes to show you what kind of guy White Castle Pritchard is. What are you gonna do? But who are you going with? Hands down, who are you going with?
My best guess is AJ and Omos. Yes.
So, where can you see Styles and Omos going after this? What are they going to do at SummerSlam?
Hopefully somebody better can take them on.
I mean, the only thing that I can think of is RK Bro.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. But if I'm going to be quite honest with you, I would give the titles to the Viking Raiders and have the Viking Raiders versus RK Bro. I know I don't advocate for short title reigns. You know that. A lot of people that watch me know that. But I would not mind the Viking Raiders holding the titles to give them to RK Bro because that's the better match. If you want to load up SummerSlam to be a top tier show where we can actually invest in all the matches on the show, you want to load it up to be a top tier show with all these top tier matches, do the Viking Raiders versus RK Bro. That is absolutely the best route to go because you let those guys go 15, 20 minutes, they'll give you a match of the year candidate. And I'd absolutely give RK Bro the championships. But regardless, whoever comes out victorious here, they have RK Bro in their future. But I have a feeling that you're right. I have a feeling that it's going to be AJ and Omas. I don't even know why they're even having AJ and Omas in this role as tag team champions to begin with. But I really do hope that AJ drops Omas as well because AJ has been brought down, dude. He really has been brought down. They need to get Styles back to being AJ Styles. If Styles is away from Omas, I would put him against McIntyre at SummerSlam and have him go over McIntyre. Get him back on the right track. But final question here. Where can you see the Viking Raiders going? Are the Viking Raiders just going to sit out the rest of their contracts and catering? Are they going to get released? What's going to happen if the Viking Raiders lose?
I hope it doesn't end up going to catering, but you know WWE.
Yeah, because Vince McMahon's like, oh, Bruce, what are we going to do with the Viking Raiders? Oh, we got nothing to do for them? Oh, yeah, put them back in catering. That'll teach them. I don't teach these Viking Raiders. And Bruce Pritchard, that's a great idea, Vince. I love you. So we're AJ and Omos across the board here. Let's move on to the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. It is Alexa Bliss versus Naomi versus Asuka versus Nikki Trash versus Zelina Vega, Sellout Vega, Hypocrite Vega versus Liv Morgan versus Natalya. And they actually just added this. They actually just added this woman to the match. They added Tamina.
Yeah, I heard about that.
They added Tamina. Think about that. The women's tag team champions are in Money in the Bank, yet they were defeated by Shotzi Blackheart and Tegan Knox.
That makes no sense.
What are we doing here? What are we doing here? It's ridiculous. If any, but you know what? At this rate, they're better off not even being on Money in the Bank because if anything, they'll probably take away Shotzi Blackheart's tank at Money in the Bank. I'd be surprised. I'm actually surprised that Shotzi even came out with the tank. They already took away her last name. Now she's just Shotzi.
Yeah.
Unreal. So we got these 8 women. I want you to tell me, who do you think's going to win? Who do you think's going to win? Is this going to be one of the best matches of the night? Do you think there's going to be a match that outdoes it? Or let me tell you something. Based on the women in this match, I really don't expect much from this match. This is probably the weakest looking women's Money in the Bank ladder match in a while. And I mean a while. The first one had a better lineup than this, to be quite honest with you. But who do you think's going to win? Where do you think all of these women are going to go? And where can you see WWE going with this? Which route are they going to go?
Uh, I'm hoping like Naomi or somebody new wins, but knowing WWE, they probably gonna have Alexa or Carmel win. Some
Well, actually,
BS.
no. Carmella is not in the. She's not in the match.
Oh
She
no,
got
not
removed.
Carmel.
Yeah, she got removed from the match. She's actually facing Bianca on SmackDown.
Yeah,
If you forgot, I don't blame you. The show sucks.
yeah, it's lackluster as a match. It's like,
But I'm going to need a definite answer. You got to give me a straight up answer. What's your head telling you?
something tells me it's Alexa Bliss. Somebody.
At this rate, I really wouldn't put it past them. I would give it to Liv Morgan. I give it to Liv Morgan, to be quite honest with you. You know what I'm actually surprised at? All these people. You got Sasha, you got Becky, you got Sonya Deville, but then you put Tamina as the last woman. I would have absolutely put Sonya Deville in there, and I would have given Sonya Deville the briefcase. I would have told the story with Liv Morgan. And I would have had Liv Morgan chase Sonya Deville and the SmackDown Women's title leading up until WrestleMania. And then you could have Liv Morgan get her big moment at WrestleMania, and then you could build up Toni Storm to take the title off of Liv Morgan at SummerSlam when the time's right.
Yeah, that's a bad idea.
And then Naomi, I know a lot of people are calling for Naomi to do the cash-in on SmackDown and join Roman Reigns with the Bloodline. Now that's a big time moment there, but I'm sorry, but I just can't help but think that they might give it to Nikki Trash. I don't know why. I don't know why, because we all know why she was given the gimmick. We all know that she only pitched this gimmick to get TV time. So I don't know. Maybe she does win. Maybe in the end she'll end up looking like a fucking genius. Who the fuck knows? I don't know, but I don't want to agree with you, but I'm inclined to agree with you, because this company and the way that they've just been pushing Alexa Bliss. You know what I'm hoping for? I'm hoping for Bray Wyatt to make his return and just cost Alexa Bliss, and he takes the evil away from Alexa Bliss. That's what I'm hoping for. I take the fucking goddess Alexa Bliss over voodoo, satanic, demonic, magic Alexa Bliss any day of the week.
Yeah, same here.
But I'm sorry. I'm inclined to agree with you. I'm gonna have to go with Alexa Bliss. My heart says Liv Morgan. My head says Alexa Bliss. Do you think this is gonna be the best match of the night, or do you think a match is gonna outperform this?
I don't think so.
So which match do you think is outperforming this?
Most likely the men's Money in the Bank.
They actually got a nice lineup for that. I'm not gonna lie. They actually got a nice star-studded lineup for that. Here's what I will say. One thing that I will give them credit for is that they have loaded up the last few Money in the Bank ladder matches for the men quite nicely. We've had some really star-studded Money in the Bank ladder matches in the last few years. The only thing I'm hoping for is that they actually get the winners right and they book the winners correctly, because you can have a great match, but the outcome is one of the biggest things. It's one of the most important things about a match, because if the outcome is wrong or the outcome is lackluster, then that's all people are going to be talking about. But I don't know. This is WWE we're talking about. They don't give a shit. They're probably going with Alexa Bliss.
Yeah.
The evil is mine, she says. The evil is mine. The insomnia, the cure for insomnia is certainly mine. You're my cure for insomnia, Miss Bliss. If you can unless you make Bruce Pritchard disappear, I don't give a shit about you. My God. So that's all I care about. We're moving on here. Oh, man, hey, Mr. Wells. It's actually your favorite feud right here. Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair for the Raw Women's Championship.
Oh, boy.
we live by a special... I think you know the code here. What's the code? What's the code we live by?
We go by fuck Charlotte Flair around here.
There we go. Everyone in the chat, if you can throw down an FCF, me and Mr. Wells would greatly appreciate that. But We got this match again. I don't know how much worse we can get with this. I don't know. For some reason, I have a feeling that they're not going to give Charlotte the championship. I don't know. I have a feeling they're not going to give Charlotte the title. It's either they give Charlotte the title and we get another match, we get a rematch, because who is there for Charlotte to take on at SummerSlam? I mean, they could bring back Becky, but if anything, I would do Rhea Ripley versus Becky. I would probably do that. And then if they want to give the briefcase to Naomi, you could easily have Naomi cash in on Raw if you want to, and you could have Naomi be the one to cash in on Ripley and Becky, and Naomi can win the championship. I mean, she's long overdue. She's long overdue for something. Then we got what else we got? You could go that route. I don't know. Maybe we see a count out and Rhea Ripley somehow retains the Raw Women's Championship. If she retains the title, I'd be shocked, because I thought that all of this was leading to Charlotte inevitably winning the championship. So if Rhea Ripley wins, I'd be shocked. But let me get your analysis on this. What are your thoughts on this, and who can you see coming out victorious, and what can you see happening with the Raw Women's title at SummerSlam?
I can go with Rhea Ripley winning.
How does she win? Does she win clean?
Probably not. Maybe count out, disqualification.
Well, they already did the disqualification. I wouldn't put it past them to do it again, but this one's in front of live fans. Live fans aren't really going to take to this too well. They're probably going to. This is probably going to be the bathroom break. This is going to be the bathroom break. So if Rhea Ripley comes out victorious here, what happens then in the future? Do we see another match with Rhea Ripley and Charlotte? Do we see Rhea Ripley versus Becky? Do we see Alexa Bliss win the briefcase and cash in like RVD did at SummerSlam? Do we see Alexa Bliss cash in advance? And I don't know what's going to happen. Which one of those routes you think they're going?
I wouldn't mind Rhea versus Becky at SummerSlam, to be honest.
So if Rhea versus Becky happens, does Rhea win? Does Becky win? Or depending on who wins, do we see a cash-in? What happens then?
Yeah, I think it might be a cash-in no matter who wins.
Huh. I'm probably going to go with Alexa Bliss there if we see a cash-in there. And Becky versus Alexa Bliss, yeah, that's all we need. That's all we fucking need. Becky and Alexa Bliss. Unfucking real. You know what? I'm gonna make a bold prediction. I'm actually going. I'm gonna have to agree with you again. I'm gonna go with Kofi. I'm gonna go with Rhea Ripley. For somehow, some way. I don't know how they're gonna do this, but I have a feeling that Rhea Ripley just might come out victorious. She just might narrowly escape Charlotte Flair. How, I don't know, but for some reason I feel that's happening because of what happened on Monday. And we all know that the person that stands tall on the go-home show is the person that ends up losing at the pay-per-view, more likely than not. And Charlotte Flair, she stood tall at the pay-per-view, so it would make sense that she would lose. So, I don't know. It's too close to call. I'm not sure how they're going to do it, but either way, it's a lose-lose situation. Rhea Ripley is completely fucking dead, dude. Rhea Ripley has been booked into fucking oblivion, and Charlotte Flair, she's just complete trash in her own right. But I don't know. I'm gonna go with you. I think I'm gonna go with Rhea Ripley on this one. I'll go with Rhea Ripley. We got Kofi Kingston versus the man that got pinned by Xavier Woods on Monday, a.k.a. Bobby Lashley, for the WWE Championship. So, what do you got? The floor is yours. I want to hear your thoughts on this one.
Honestly, I'm gonna go with Bobby Lashley on this one.
So, let me ask you this: did you hear the rumor that went around earlier today?
Yeah, about Goldberg.
Earlier yesterday.
What about Goldberg?
Yeah.
Wow.
And they couldn't get Lesnar. Vince McMahon's like, oh, we can't get Lesnar. Oh, we gotta get Goldberg. That's such good shit. Goldberg and Lashley. Goldberg and Lashley. Oldberg and Lashley. Yeah, that's really gonna put asses in seats. That's really gonna drive up the ratings. At most, the ratings are going to go up for a couple of weeks because of live crowds returning. Then they'll go right back down to where they are. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. So here's the question: is this going to be a squash match, or is this actually going to be a competitive match, and they're actually going to give us a decent match?
I'm hoping it's a decent match, but knowing them, you might just squash them.
Well, here's the question: what's the better route to go based on what happened on Monday? Is it better for Lashley to squash him, or is it better to have that competitive match and give us a match worth our money?
Now, I would have a decent match, like competitive. The build-up.
I don't know where the New Day goes after this. At this rate, New Day really needs to take a break from the tag team title scene. I'm really sick of the New Day in major roles. Bobby Lashley, let me tell you something. I said it before. The Goldberg thing, it's terrible on one hand, and then it's not on the other hand, because on one hand, you have a scenario where Bobby Lashley is more than likely going to win because this is Goldberg's second date. He's contracted to 2 matches every year. This is his second match. If he wins, he's gone until the Rumble. So I don't see Goldberg winning it. But at the same point in time, it's horrendous because you've built up nobody else to be on the level of a Goldberg or a John Cena or a Bobby Lashley or a Drew McIntyre. So you're reaching into the Legends cookie jar for Roman Reigns and for Bobby Lashley just to sell out a stadium in Las Vegas. I mean, that's just pure laziness right there. But
Yeah.
But I have a feeling that we are going to get Bobby Lashley and Goldberg, and I am not going to like it one bit. We're going to hear the Oldberg chants on Monday. People will pop just for the hell of it, just because. They'll pop for it just because. But I'm going to go with Bobby Lashley as well. There's no way that Kofi Kingston's winning the WWE title, nor should he. Here's a question. If Bobby Lashley goes to SummerSlam and he faces Goldberg, what happens afterwards? Because I have a feeling Bobby's going to retain. I don't see Goldberg winning. I wouldn't put it past him to win, but I don't see Goldberg winning. What happens to Bobby Lashley after? Does he go on and face somebody new after SummerSlam? Do they hold the draft as originally scheduled, or do they postpone the draft and keep Lashley as the WWE champion to get Big E over there?
Well, I heard they might wait for Big E to get over there and do that.
So, does Big E win the Money in the Bank contract, or do they just send Big E over to Raw in the draft and he can get a WWE Championship match just somehow, some way?
Knowing WWE, they might just draft him.
Well, it's going to be an interesting scenario for who wins Money in the Bank. But yeah, we're Bobby Lashley across the board here. I think it's pretty safe to say we're Bobby Lashley across the board here.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the match that I personally think is going to steal the show. Let's talk about Roman Reigns and Edge. Roman Reigns and Edge for the Universal Championship. If anything, this is definitely going to be the best non-Money in the Bank ladder match on the show. I personally think the build has been great. Build's been very, very solid. I like the interaction between Edge and the Usos, and Edge taking out the Usos one by one. I like the fact that they brought the Mysterios back into it. Obviously, they're building up towards the Usos versus the Mysterios, which I'm still not a fan of because of what happened with Jimmy Uso, and they're just completely ignoring him. The guy needs fucking help. The guy needs fucking help. You got to get him the help. You can't completely throw this guy to the side. I'm really sick and tired of WWE treating their employees like they're just money-making props. That really pisses me off. It really does. But regardless, that's what they're building towards. I definitely love what Edge has been doing. I love his promo work. Edge is always a great promo. Roman Reigns, he's untouchable at what he does. No way that Edge is winning the Universal title now.
Yeah, I agree. I go with Roman Reigns.
Yeah, Roman Reigns all the way. Here's a question, though. Do they have this match go on in the middle of the show before the men's Money in the Bank ladder match, or do they have this go on in the main event after the men's Money in the Bank ladder match? And then do they have Rollins, who's obviously, Rollins is not winning Money in the Bank. So Rollins doesn't win. And do they have Seth Rollins cost Edge right then and there, or do they just have Roman beat Edge clean, and then they start building towards Rollins and Edge on the following SmackDown? Personally, it would make more sense to me if Rollins cost them, but I just wanted to get your thoughts on it.
Yeah, I actually agree with that. Like, Rollins costing Edge the title match, that would make more sense.
So, do you see Edge taking a break after SummerSlam and his program with Rollins, or do you see him sticking around for a little bit? Is he going to be involved in the draft?
He might be involved in the draft, but I see him taking a break too afterwards.
It would probably make the most sense. Here's what I want to know. Roman Reigns, he's obviously going to retain. Roman is obviously going to retain, and then he's going to go face Cena at SummerSlam. Mm-hmm. What happens after that? Who does he face after that?
Man, there's nobody credible other than Cena and Edge. So.
At this rate, they're probably going to have to just do Rollins in September, because if any, which I'm not really too keen on, but they might have to, simply because of the fact that the draft has been moved back to October. The draft's been moved back to October, and that would mean that the draft would be after the September pay-per-view, whether it be Clash of Champions or Extreme Rules. I don't know which one it's going to be. It's going to be one of those two, because we've got 5 pay-per-views left in the year after Money in the Bank. We got SummerSlam, we got Extreme Rules, Clash of Champions, Survivor Series, and TLC. Unless they do a Saudi show, which obviously, again, I'm not too keen on either. Unless they do a Saudi show. They never put any effort into those shows. My God. Mm-hmm. If anything, they'll probably extend Goldberg's contract to a 3rd match this year. And they'll probably give him the fucking WWE title and put him in Saudi Arabia.
Wow.
Unfucking believable. But at this rate, they're probably gonna have to do Rollins at the September pay-per-view. And then after that, the only thing that they can do after the draft, the only thing that's going to help him get through the rest of the year would be McIntyre. They're going to have to draft Drew over to SmackDown, and Drew's going to feud with Roman. He's not going to win, but that's probably the best route to go. But I think Drew's going to get booed. I think Drew's going to get booed for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I think Drew's going to get booed. But we're Roman Reigns across the board here. Do you see this stealing the show?
Yeah, I see it stealing the show, most likely.
Yeah. All right. We're Roman Reigns across the board, and we got Rollins costing. We got Rollins costing Edge. Absolutely. Let's talk about the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Although I do believe that Roman and Edge is going to main event the show. Let's talk about the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. We got Ricochet, Richard O'Shea versus Johnny Drip Drip. I know you can't stand that name, but here we are talking about Johnny Drip Drip. MCMIZ is not in the match, thankfully. So Ricochet, John Morrison, Matt Riddle, Drew McIntyre, Big E, Kevin Owens, Shinsuke Nakamura with Rick Boogs, and Seth Rollins. This is the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. And all 8 of these guys, I absolutely think that this is going to be a very good match if they let these guys go. This This has the potential to be the best Money in the Bank ladder match in quite some time if they do things right. The worst part about the Money in the Bank pay-per-view for the last couple years has been the fact that they have ruined a great match with the wrong winner. You had Braun Strowman as a waste in 2018. You had Brock Lesnar a waste in 2019. Otis, he won the Money in the Bank. Yeah, you got Otis as well. He's doing great now, Otis, but he's certainly not Money in the Bank material. But if they do things right, this has the potential to be a very, very, very good Money in the Bank ladder match. There's 3 guys that I can see as top contenders. Number 1 would be Schinsky Nakamura, and here's why. I pitched this idea, and I think you would approve of this. So Shinsuke wins, then he teases cashing in on both brands, on both Raw and on SmackDown, for months. Roman Reigns, he gets pissed. He meets Nakamura in the ring on SmackDown, and he goes, I'm sick of this. Acknowledge me as your cash-in. Just like he did with Edge, like acknowledge me as your choice, because Edge won the Rumble. So Nakamura, he's face-to-face with Roman. Roman tells him to acknowledge him as his cash-in. Nakamura says no. Nakamura continues to act all cocky. Roman Reigns beats Nakamura down, and he takes Nakamura out for several months. WrestleMania comes around, and that's more than likely the place and the time that we're going to get Roman Reigns versus The Rock for the Universal Championship. So Roman Reigns versus The Rock at WrestleMania 38. Roman Reigns beats The Rock in a highly competitive match. All of a sudden, Shinsuke Nakamura returns. Out of nowhere, cashes in Money in the Bank to a thunderous ovation on Roman, and he gets the moment that he should have gotten all the way back at WrestleMania 34 when he wrestled Styles for the WWE title. That's how I would do it. I would make an epic moment with that, especially with this Rick Boogs character. The Rick Boogs character, that could take Nakamura to new heights. But that's my top choice, personally. Then you got Big E. Big E, he is rather predictable, but at the same point in time, he would make sense. Because Bobby Lashley's been feuding with the New Day, so he destroys Kofi Kingston. He's going to destroy Woods. Big E cashes in on him, and Big E wins the WWE Championship. That would make sense. Now, my third pick is a dark horse pick. The only other individual outside of those 2 that should be winning it is Ricochet. That's not going to happen, but he's my third choice. Matt Riddle, he's going into a tag team title match with Orton at SummerSlam. McIntyre does not need it. Seth Rollins does not need it. You could argue Kevin Owens, but Kevin Owens, I have a feeling that they're probably going to slot him into an IC title feud after SummerSlam. And John Morrison, I love John Morrison. He's great, but he's been a comedy character at the end of the day. But I want to know, which one of those choices, Nakamura, Big E, or Ricochet, do you think is the best route? Or do you have a different individual that's going to win Money in the Bank?
I'd say I'm going to go with Big E.
You're going to go with Big E. So you think that's probably going to be the most logical route to go with?
Yeah, something tells me.
Do you see them in any way, shape, or form giving it to Drew McIntyre? Or are they absolutely going to go forth with Big E?
Honestly, Drew McIntyre doesn't need it. I'm hoping they go with Big E.
How long? Here's what I want to wonder. How long do you think this feud with Jinder Mahal is going to last with Drew McIntyre?
Probably a long time, though. Hopefully not.
We're probably going to get like 16 matches of Drew and Jinder Mahal for the next 3 months.
Yeah.
Monday Night rematches. The modern day Maharaja, Hardbody Mahal with Veer and Shanky taking on Drew McIntyre, talking about how his sword was made from the Loch Ness Monster's tooth. Apparently that's going to really drive up the ratings, right? That's really going to drive the ratings. But we actually got a contradicting prediction here. I think we're gonna have to put some money on this, Mr. Rob Wells Jr. So he's got Biggie. I'm actually gonna go with Nakamura here. I'm gonna go with Nakamura. So we got a little bet there. So tune in to Money in the Bank to see whether Rob wins or DJ Storms wins. But here's what I want to know. So Biggie gets the win. Does he wait until after SummerSlam to cash in, or does he cash in after SummerSlam? Or do they wait? Do they wait until Biggie gets drafted? Do they draft him with the contract?
Yeah, I see him most likely draft him with the contract. Most likely.
I don't know. At this rate, I don't know. It's very, very hard for me to dissect their next. I don't think they even know what they're going to do next.
No.
To be quite honest, I don't even think I don't think they know what they're going to do next. You got John Morrison calling people splash holes. You got Ricochet rapping his name. Matt Riddle's talking about how high he is. McIntyre's apparently a relative of Davy Crockett. I don't know. I don't know anymore. It's becoming increasingly hard to watch. The only reason why I watch is because you and a lot of other people love it when I rant and I get all pissed off at how bad the show is. That's the only. I watch it because I entertain you. That's the reason why I watch it. I'm telling you, I hope that Monday Night Raw sinks below 1 million within the next few months, dude.
It might do it.
With AEW rising, I'm hoping that WWE sinks. But, ladies and gentlemen, we actually got through that pretty quickly. That wraps up the rundown for Money in the Bank 2021. I want to thank each and every single one of you who tuned into this video. And Mr. Rob Wells Jr., I definitely want to thank you for taking time out of your day to come on here, talk some wrestling, talk about Money in the Bank, dissect Money in the Bank. I greatly appreciate it. It was a long, tumultuous road to get to here. But, hey, I had a great time. Definitely happy that you decided to take time out of your day to come on. And hopefully I'll be seeing you tomorrow for the Lightning Flash update.
You will see me there.
Thank you very much. I greatly appreciate all of your support as well. One last time, where can we find you on social media?
You can find me on Twitter at Mr. Rob Wells Jr. And you can also find me on Instagram at CoolKing89707.
There you go. Links are in the description, as are my links. Like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to hit all the buttons, the like button, the subscribe button, the notifications bell, all the buttons. Check out all the links in the description. Obviously, I'm going to be live for the Lightning Flash update tomorrow. We're going to be talking about Sonya Deville and her in-ring return being imminent. We're going to be talking about Jimmy Uso and about how WWE did nothing because they didn't want to mess up storylines. We're reviewing a couple of weekly shows. It's going to be a good time for the Lightning Flash update, so please tune in. Do not miss it. Rob Wells Jr., once again, thank you. I greatly appreciate your support, and thank you for taking the time out of your day.
It was an honor, man.
Thank you very much. He's Rob Wells Jr. I'm DJ Storms, and this has been The Rundown, and I will catch you for the Lightning Flash update tomorrow.